Let's talk about Thomas Jefferson. In 1743, Thomas was born into wealth and privilege. So he wrote, "All men are created equal," while owning over 600 enslaved people. He wrote privately that slavery was evil, but never freed most of the people he enslaved because, frankly, his entire fortune depended on them. Jefferson's wife, Martha, died young. On her deathbed, she made him promise he would never remarry because she didn't want her children to have a stepmother. He kept that promise, but he did not stay alone. Miss Sally Hemings was an enslaved girl at Monticello, which was Thomas's mansion slash plantation. She was also the half sister of Jefferson's wife, Martha. So Martha's father had fathered children with an enslaved woman. Yeah, this is a tangled mess, as you can see. While in Paris, where slavery was illegal, Sally could have legally stayed and been free, but she returned with Jefferson to Virginia after he allegedly promised her special treatment and freedom for her future children. She went on to have at least 6 of his children. For over 200 years, people call this a rumor, a lie, a smear campaign, until DNA testing in the 1990s proved Jefferson was almost certainly the father. So while Jefferson was writing about liberty, he was also fathering children with an enslaved teenager who legally could not consent. So Jefferson never publicly acknowledged those children as his. He freed a few quietly later in life, and the rest actually lived in slavery. Meanwhile, Jefferson was drowning in debt his entire life. His mansion was beautiful, but he financed it on the backs of enslaved labor while owing enormous sums of money. Families were separated and sold to cover bills of the man who wrote the Declaration of Independence. Politically, Jefferson was a genius. He served as Secretary of State, Vice President, and President. He helped invent American democracy. But personally, he avoided confrontation, talked behind people's backs, and had a nasty political rivalry with John Adams that turned into a full smear campaign through newspapers. And can you believe that Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, former friends turned enemies, turned friends again, both died on July 4th, 1826. So when you hear Thomas Jefferson, don't just think author of the Declaration, president, visionary. Also think slave owner, secret relationship, financial ruin, children born into bondage, and a man who believed in freedom while denying it to hundreds. Jefferson didn't just help build America, he embodied its deepest contradiction.